Witam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie. I hope you guys are doing amazing today. I'm Mysticle and I'll be bringing you the latest in AR and VR news. So, as usual, you have chapters down below to skip to any specific part of this video that you might be most interested in, and with that being said, let's get right into it. So, first of all, let's talk briefly about Meta's new engine. They spoke quite a bit about this during Connect, however we didn't fit it into the previous video. So, reading from Upload VR, Meta Horizon Engine brings 4 times faster world loading times and 100 plus user instances. During Meta Connect 2025, Mark Zuckerberg revealed that Meta has spent the last couple of years building a new engine from scratch. This engine is fully optimized for bringing the metaverse to life. It is much faster performance and to load things, much better graphics, much easier to create with. That sentence doesn't really make sense to me, but I think we get the point. It's more like loading a web page than loading an entire new game. He boasted of the improved loading speed. Zuckerberg revealed that Horizon Engine already shipped in Quest V81's PTC overhauled home system, set to arrive on the stable channel of Horizon OS soon. Horizon Engine seems to be rolling out in a world-by-world basis, as they need to be built with the brand new Horizon Studio. A few first-party worlds already leverage it, including the new Horizon Central that you teleport to from the new home, as well as the new Horizon Arena for events. So, quite a few of you may have already had a chance to load in to worlds created with this brand new engine, and hopefully you would have noticed the difference. Meta is also opening a brand new store in LA in order to sell Smartglasses as well as VR headsets called MetaLab. This will be the company's second permanent store, joining the Berlin game store opened in 2022, right beside one of its main campuses. The Los Angeles store will open on October 24th and is located on Melrose Avenue. Meta describes it as its flagship retail location and says it spans 20,000 square feet with multiple levels specifically designed to highlight the features and benefits of their hardware. Meta says its full hardware lineup will be featured at the store, including Ray-Ban Meta Gen 2, Oakley Meta HSTN, Oakley Meta Vanguard, Meta Ray-Ban Display, Quest 3, and Quest 3S. The fact that they're going to be displaying their display glasses at the store is a very big plus for them, as I think a few non-believers, let's say, will be converted to believers once they actually get to try the technology. I know for a fact that if a store like this was available somewhere close to me, I probably would have gone and tried these out myself, even though I know they probably will not work. But, you know, if I didn't have to buy them and could actually go try them out, who knows, I could be pleasantly surprised. And I think that's going to be the case with a lot of people going in to try virtual reality as well. I know for a fact that quite a few people who were against virtual reality or didn't quite believe in the technology at the beginning actually went and tried a VR headset with us and then went and got one for themselves. So I do think opening up these stores is pretty good for the ecosystem in general, and I love seeing more of them. Beat Saber has gotten a brand new hit. Of course, it's apparently quite popular on TikTok. Gabriella by Cat's Eye. The international girl group, composed of members from the US, South Korea, Switzerland, and the Philippines, formed in the YouTube reality show Dream Academy in 2023, is apparently now getting their song into Beat Saber. So in case you guys are into, first-party tracks coming into Beat Saber, you're going to have one more song to play around with officially in the game. Android XR will supposedly be launching on October 21st. Of course, Android XR launching on the Samsung XR glasses, which are going to rival the likes of the Apple Vision Pro. And yeah, they're a little bit late here. I was honestly hoping they would launch a little bit sooner to rival the likes of Meta from Connect, but hey, hopefully this is quite polished up and maybe will not be terrifying price-wise. According to the report, Samsung will reveal the headset's name and specifications and start selling it on October 21st, while 2 other South Korean news outlets previously reported that Samsung would open pre-orders on September 29th and start shipping on October 13th. ET News says that Samsung has changed its plans. I wonder whether the change of those plans had anything to do with what Meta had released, perhaps with the smart armband, no idea. But if they do release a smart armband accessory for their brand new headset now that Meta released their own one and they're seeing all the positive reactions to it, that would be amazing, especially if they sold it as an accessory for smartphones. So that would be pretty cool and something that I would love to see. But of course, that is quite far out thinking. What doesn't seem to be far out thinking is the fact that a lot of AI companies now are seeing the success of these smart glasses releasing, things like the Ray-Ban Meta, of course Vive now working on their own smart glasses, and apparently OpenAI might just be debating releasing their own take on this. As reading from Upload VR, OpenAI is now reportedly considering making ChatGPT glasses, despite CEO Sam Altman's public rejection of the form factor. Outside the Sun Valley conference back in July, Altman took questions from the press while wearing a pair of white sunglasses with strangely thick temples. When asked, "Are you wearing smart glasses? Are these smart glasses?" he replied, "No, absolutely not. I don't like smart glasses. If these aren't smart glasses, they look a lot thicker than smart glasses that we have nowadays." So there you go, guys. This is fashion. The response came 2 months after OpenAI formally announced it was getting into hardware, acquiring veteran Apple designer Johnny Ive's hardware startup I.O. and signing a partnership with his design studio Lovefrom. OpenAI hasn't yet said what exactly its device will be, but the Wall Street Journal reported at the time of the deal that Altman specifically told OpenAI staff that it would be a screenless pocket-sized device, and specifically that it would not be glasses or any other wearable. Now, the information reports that OpenAI is poaching design, manufacturing, and supply chain staff from Apple to build a whole line of devices. According to the report, OpenAI is working on a smart speaker in addition to its pocket-sized device, and has considered making glasses, a digital voice recorder, and a wearable pin. A wearable pin we've seen tried before, so hopefully they make that a little bit better. However, that smart speaker is going to be absolutely amazing if it is something the likes of an Echo Dot, which is off screen. You can't actually see it here. Other companies have had major success in this. It's going to be interesting seeing a new company jump onto the market with something like this, because of course, you know, we've got the Google Home, we've got the Amazon Echo, and I believe that those are probably the two most people already have in their home. I don't know how much people would be willing to switch from an ecosystem that they might already be in. Now, onto something that quite a few of you may have actually started seeing inside your Quest libraries, as apparently PC apps have now started showing inside standalone Quest libraries. No, this doesn't mean you can play these titles standalone, it just means it's a much easier access for you to find them and launch them right there on link through your device. Very nice, small kind of change, small feature, but it is something that is going to be making people's lives easier, and it is nice to see Meta adding these small little things that actually make quite a big difference. Reading from Luna on Twitter, some people are already starting to get this. If you're using the universal menu, the folder will appear on the left side of the library panel. If you're using the navigator, Rift apps will show up in the apps folder, and you can find them via the filter options on the right side. So yeah, not everyone has it yet, staggered rollout as usual with Meta, but if you do, and you use Link or AirLink, hopefully this makes launching those apps a little bit faster for you. Now, here's a pretty crazy example of a Hyperscape that someone has created. Again, reading from Luna, as Luna reposted this, it is going to be a whole different level of crazy once Hyperscape's worlds are shareable and support co-location. Absolutely agree here, since that isn't the case yet, but you know, since Meta Connect 2025, Meta has allowed us to scan our own Hyperscapes and process them on their servers, then access them through our devices. And yeah, people have been creating some pretty crazy stuff. As you can see going above me right now, this one was posted by James Kelly, and it looks absolutely magnificent. Imagine being able to create and share worlds like this, and then join them with your friends together and explore them. Or maybe you want to show something to a family member that is in a, you know, entirely different location, and you want them to be able to almost experience that space with you. Instead of sharing photos with someone, you could just share the entire location, which I think is really, really cool. Or in, you know, augmented reality, where let's say you want them to show up in your room with you, they could see a virtual representation of that room while you saw the actual one, and you could see them where they are in that virtual representation of your space. Another pretty cool use case. And I do believe that that is where this is going. And now for the 3D movies, since people were actually quite angry that I skipped over this in the previous video. I was quite surprised about that, considering the fact that during our live stream, not that many people seemed interested. As I mentioned, Meta is expanding the TV app on our Quests, adding more movies, and working very closely with media creators in order to to create high-quality 3D movies for Quest. And an example of this is this Avatar trailer that we have received. This new trailer was available on Horizon TV, in case you guys missed out, didn't see it. That's unfortunate, but it was available until September 21st, and the company says it was just the beginning of how fans can experience Pandora like they have never before on Quest, following the film's theatrical release this December. So, it's going to be very interesting to see whether maybe this movie launches in 3D on Quest after it is shown in cinemas for a little while. That would certainly be quite a feat, releasing an entire movie in 3D at this scale just for Quest, since I don't think that many of us actually have, 3D TVs anymore. And just one more piece of news. We spoke about the Pimax Dream Air possibly, getting some news very soon. Well, it did, and Pimax has once again delayed the device. Pimax says the Dream Air and Dream Air SE are now delayed to at least December, but promises the former will have the widest FOV of any compact micro-OLED. I'm gonna leave this full article down below in case you guys want to read it. I know quite a bit of your guys' opinions about Pimax. I have my own opinions about Pimax. I think they tend to try to release things that are incredibly difficult, and sometimes they don't necessarily realize how difficult that something is before they promise it, but I do also know they have delivered in the past, and I to this very day am using my Pimax 8KX. We actually have it set up in the living room. Of course, the negative here being it's not standalone and the fact that it is quite large on your head, but other than that, it is absolutely amazing. So yes, Pimax has had their ups and downs, and I'll leave that to you in the comment section down below. Either way though, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you guys learned something new. If you did, please do leave a like. If disliked, I guess this button works too, but let me know why down below. If you're not yet part of our community, check out our Discord and our Reddit down below, where I want to see you posting your spicy memes. And thank you so much to all the Patreons supporting this channel. You guys are amazing. Seriously, much love. You are what makes all of this possible, so thank you. And as usual, if you want to be notified of content coming up on the channel, make smack that subscribe button with your forehead, ding my bell, and see you again next video. Peace.